Where are you headed?
Where I'm headed? I'll tell you where I'm headed. This is 3 years in the making. And I've been meaning to go back to this place because I really feel I wasn't treated right. And, you know, I'm not a vindictive person or a vengeful person or anything. And I'm not going to tell you exactly where it is because, you know, people work hard for their money. Businesses, you know, they take risks, and I totally respect that. And I always wish people well. But I felt a little disrespected. Not in a direct way, but just kind of in a so-so way. So, as you can see, it's raining. It's probably going to thunderstorm. A lot of things. It's a 2.5 hour drive. Just bad weather. But I'm going back because the score needs to be settled, and they need to understand they can't treat people like that.
Good luck with that.
Thanks.
Still driving?
Yeah, it's a lot of heavy traffic, and I think the weather, you know. But probably another hour and a half. But this is, you know, it's a pilgrimage. I have to do this, and you know, just for, I mean, really, what happened. And I don't know if you saw this watch. So this is a Rolex GMT. I went there to this particular shop, and I was asking specifically for this watch. And I know it's hard to get Rolex. I know it's hard to get this one in particular.
How long ago was this?
It's like 3 years.
Okay.
3 years ago. And I went in there, and the lady was helping me, and she was trying to show me what they had, which wasn't much. And I said, no, I want the GMT, you know, root beer. And she goes, well, that's a very difficult watch. That's like one of the you know, the most demanded. And she had some Yacht Master in chocolate or something. She goes, oh, put this on. I said, I don't want that. She goes, no, put it on this, you know, check it out. It was nice, you know, I mean, but I said, no, but that's not the one I want. She goes, well, you're not going to get that one. So you might as well buy this one. And I'm like, well, I don't want to buy a watch on a what, you know, I mean, it's like, you know. She goes, well, you know, if you buy this, maybe you'll get on the list, and you're not going to get that watch without buying something else and get, you know, in our database. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would I buy something I don't want to buy something I do want? So she got a little disgruntled, and I was fine. You know, I was just hanging out, looked at some other things. Then I'm walking out of the shop, as you know, and she goes, you'll never get that watch.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, and this across the shop. So I turned around and I said, I'm getting that watch. And I walked out. And I remember security guard, I think he felt bad about it. He kind of went like, you know, sorry. So
getting has turned into got.
Yes.
And now
I got the watch from an AD. And, you know, we're there in Mexico City. So I did get it in Mexico City. But it was an AD, you know.
They didn't tell you anything like that, did they?
No, they just happened to have it that day, and I felt it. I felt when I was there, I said, they're going to have this watch. And so the first shop, they didn't have it. And one guy owns like all the shops down there, all the high-end shops, all the Rolex shops stuff. So we went there, and they had it behind in the back room. And they brought it out for me because I specifically requested it, and I bought it. So now we're going back to the shop that told me I'll never get that watch. And I'm going to walk in there, and I'm going to say, hey, I got that watch.
Retribution.
That's it.
Exclamation.
And I was telling some folks that I'm doing this today. I took the day off, and they go, "What are you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm going to, you know, it's a little resort beach town." And they go, "Oh, you're gonna enjoy the day? You're gonna have lunch? You're gonna have dinner?" I said, "No, I'm actually going to this shop." And I told them the story, and they go, "Well, you're also going to make a day of it, right? You're going to do other things. You're going to enjoy the scenery, and you know, have a dinner or something." And this is just a tangent. I said, no, that's all I'm doing.
What do
they just don't understand. And how could they? How could they?
No one understands.
You have to experience this. You have to feel this. To feel the personal nature and the depth of this trauma, for lack of a better word.
Wow.
You can't, you have to live it. So, another hour and 3 minutes now, to be exact. Retribution.
So what happened at the store?
That's pretty uneventful. Kind of the same story, nothing for sale, just display copies without anything inside the watches. And then I got told it's a 10-year wait for any of the stainless steel sports models. I just flat out, she didn't bother taking my name. Even after I flashed my bling, and I said 10-year wait. She goes, yep. And so I basically walked in and bought this from an AD. Of course it was international. She goes, well, that's not going to happen anymore. So I guess, maybe that was 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. So the international market is probably caught up. But it's that same game, to get a Patek, you got to put your name on the list. And you got to build a relationship, meaning you got to buy a bunch of watches you don't want to eventually get the opportunity and if you even get it, to buy one that you do. And she basically just was like, don't even bother. And then go ahead.
You think people will start going to other brand names?
I think that happens.
And get
I think that does happen.
a little weary of this.
They give up on it. I think they just
This narrative about waiting.
Yeah, or you could buy in the gray market, which I'm not going to do. To me, part of the fun is the hunt.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to keep looking.
So how were you greeted when you walked into the store?
Well, the first one, which was like called the low-end shop, which didn't have the Rolex and Pateks, had two or some other brands. It was nice. Security guard was really nice, everything, and felt very welcome. We tried some stuff on, but then we went into the Patek and Rolex shop, and basically there was a security guard who was really uptight. He seemed borderline trigger happy. Just kind of followed us around, and then they told us they just had a smash and grab not even 2 weeks ago. I don't know what they grabbed and what they smashed, but so they were a little uneasy, which I understand. And we had masks on and stuff, but we took them off so they feel a little more comfortable. But yeah, it was kind of definitely uptight, and he was armed, and he looked military grade. So it was so now I'm just looking to see if maybe I could smoke a cigar just to kind of take away some of the second traumatizing experience I had at that shop.